Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome this week's episode of the podcast. Hope you're all having a great week, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. If you're watching this on YouTube and wondering why this intro looks so shitty, Kyle had to borrow the cameras, so I'm recording this on the webcam. But the rest of the episode looks fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal, like our guest today, man. Before I introduce this guest, I just got to say, April the 13th, I'll be in Town Ballroom, Buffalo, New York, man. Can't wait to be back in Buffalo, and you can get your tickets at TVBOOmusic.com. I'm also going to be throwing a free show here in Denver in the coming weeks. Make sure to follow me on social medias to see how you can get a chance to get those tickets to this free show. And also, I have the first song of 2024 coming out. April the 6th is a song with me and Import. I'm sure we're going to announce it in a couple days after this podcast, but I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, man. First single, I haven't released music all year, man, but trust me, I got so much music to release this year, a whole album. But this is a song that's people have been asking about for a long time, and so coming out April the 6th. But enough with all that, man. My guest today is a fucking legend and also someone who's brand new all at the same time, man. This person for 20 plus years was an anchor for a genre of music, not just in North America, but the whole world. And not just a genre of music, parties and festivals, man. A legendary guy throwing legendary events, making legendary music. Somebody that, I won't say gave it up because that's not the right word, but just decided to switch it up. And god damn, I'm happy he did, dude. What a fucking, yeah. I've got to talk to this guy a little bit in passing at shows. But this is our first time really getting to sit down and talk to each other and have deeper conversations. And man, this guy's the shit, dude. Funny, fucking cool as hell. It just seems like he's having a good time doing exactly what he wants to do. And I respect and love the fuck out of that, man. He's got a new album right now. It's really great. I recommend y'all go listening to it. He's on tour right now, and I recommend y'all go check the shows out, man. I went to a show after this podcast that day, and dude, I was throwing ass, man. He knows how to throw a good-ass time. And he, just somebody who's been doing that for a long, long time. But somebody very new and fresh on the same breath. Ladies and gentlemen, Barclay Crenshaw.
Come here, girl, 'cause that is fact. Let me take my tongue and go around your dirt track. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries. I swear to God, this could be the one that I'm marrying. Hey, hey, and she's so different. I need that from behind. I met a girl and her booty tastes like strawberries.
What's up, dude?
Now I can't see your eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
They ain't that. Oh, dude, this thing just beeped on me.
You're wearing video sunglasses.
I know, and I was just saying some inappropriate things before we got rolling about them that you were like, I don't want to hear this. And I'm like, oh, shit, my bad, dude. We don't know each other that well, and I'm just going in, dude. I'm taking these off, bro.
Okay.
I'm already done with them. They're wild. How you doing today, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, dude. Guests never ask that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. They're like, I'm good. It's never like, hey, I'm good. How are you as well? So
Well,
that makes me feel good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. That made me smile. But damn, man, I appreciate you being here, dude. For
Thank
real.
you for having me.
You're about to. I guess we're like a little limited on time today because you're about to go do like a merch pop up.
I think we have an hour.
Yeah, merch pop up, like meet and greet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Those are fun, dude. Like I see like a lot of artists who come and do that in town, and obviously it's cool to like meet the fans, but like I feel like one of the main reasons people go and do that, it's like, hey, you don't have to do the merch cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That shit's
it's
wild.
true. Because the clubs, maybe people don't know that. The clubs, like, I don't even know what the deal is on the club tonight. Maybe they don't even do it. But normally the clubs try to get you on like 20, 30%. And it's already real expensive to make the clothes and like get them here and then like have a person work there and have like all the shit. And so, yeah, man, you can end up making nothing in the club, or you could try to skim some little bit of profit at a pop-up shop.
Yeah. That's the way to go, dude. I've been seeing people do it out here.
Yeah.
Like they'll do like the day before, day of, like merch pop up.
I think Denver's probably the best city for this genre for a pop-up shop. We did a couple. They were pretty good, but I think this is probably the interest in this one is much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to come check out the show tonight, man. I've actually never been to that venue.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah. Should be fun, though. You got a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Dude, but, there's so much to go into with you with, your project right now, dude. But before we get into, like, the now, with Barclay Crenshaw, man, we got to go back in time, man.
Yeah,
we got to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Just because, you, and that wasn't just you. I'm sure you had a bunch of folks. Oh, nice. I want to see you see your eyes, too, now.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Going Claude Von Stroke and Dirty Bird, man. Because of Dirty Bird, you put on so many artists. Almost created like a wave here in the States of just like a certain sound of house music.
Yeah.
To go from that to what you're doing now, like it's just so wild. Especially, Claude Von Stroke. When was that started?
My first record came out in I probably made it in 2004.
Fuck.
And then it came out 2005. Dirty Bird started in 2005, the record label.
Yeah.
But we were running these free parties in Golden Gate Park as early as 2003. And then it was just kind of like a little clique that we created in San Francisco. And yeah, then I ended up bringing, like, my whole thing through that whole project is like almost 20 years is just bringing through unknown artists. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. Even now that I'm doing this, I don't have a label, but I'm just finding tracks that nobody else wants to look for.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I like finding that guy who has like 13 Spotify followers.
Yeah.
And I just find some crazy piece of music. I love that stuff.
Yeah, that's the best part about SoundCloud. It's like that's where you can do some like legit digging.
Yeah.
Just go through the likes of an artist you like, see what they're
Yep.
liking, and then
SoundCloud, and I use a lot of Bandcamp for that.
yeah.
And a lot of people, what I didn't used to do before as Claude, I do a lot of work in Instagram DMs just because people love sending tracks in Instagram for some reason.
It's like in my opinion, it's like the worst place to send them.
Yeah.
I'm like, send them my email, dude. I'll listen to them.
It could be the worst, but
yeah.
but for some reason everyone loves it. So I just have like an Apple Notes, and like I'll get like 3 or 4 a day easily. And then I just copy and paste it in my Apple Notes, and then at like the end of every 2 weeks, I'll actually go download them all.
Yeah.
It's almost like I used to have this promo folder and the demo folder when I was on Dirty Bird, where, I would listen to like 600 demos a week.
Fuck.
And now I feel like I still have that habit of like, you got to find a bunch of tracks every week, and you're only going to like 3 of them, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just always digging.
Yeah, I always tell people when they shoot it to my DMs, I'm like, please send this to my email so I can like listen to it in the studio.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
And now I just gave up. So I just now I'm just like, they only want to send it in the DMs. And that's during the making of this album that I just made, I learned that UK grime MCs, anything besides Instagram DMs, just forget it. Like, you're not going to get them to answer.
Yeah. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, Yo Gotti, man, it goes down in the DMs.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Yo Gotti? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Not to support Instagram, which fucking sucks. Whatever.
Why does it suck, dude?
Because they take your fan base and then they hide it from you and make you pay to talk to the people that you've collected for them.
Mm.
So it's completely bullshit, but sometimes you just got to use bullshit stuff to make progress.
Yeah, and then also they find out what you like before you even know you like it.
Yeah.
And then they put it in front of your face and you're stuck on your phone.
Yeah.
That's what
So I mean, I've always been a big person of like I have a newsletter, Discord, like just places where I know that if I post something, it's actually going to get seen by the people that signed up to see it. So as long as you have some of that going on, I think it's okay.
Yeah. Well, dude, you kind of did like like the opposite of what most people do. I feel like it's like people whenever they've been doing bass music or dubstep for a while, they get a little older and they're like, let me calm down, make some house music.
I know.
And you did the flip, man.
With my booking agents, we have a joke that I'm doing the reverse Scream.
Yeah.
Like Scream started out as a hard dubstep producer, and now he does house.
Yeah.
And now he'll bring back the dubstep set if you want to really pay him or something. So it's like, I don't know why. I just I did 20 plus years of house. And then I was like, you know what? I just did it. And the house is going in a certain direction right now where I'm like, I don't know. And so I was like, what do I want to do? And I always like bass music, and I always like jungle, and I always like hip hop, and I always like funk. And I'm just, I also feel like if I can play all of that kind of stuff in one set, it's much more fun.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
Like a house party is a fun party.
It's a good time, dude. They can dance till 6 a.m.
Yeah. It's a fun party, but you don't get these like big energy moments like you can in these kind of parties.
Mm-hmm. It's one of the things I do love about like going to a house show is just kind of like, the style's the same, and so you can dance a little bit and you can just hang out and chat and party, and it feels more of like a party. But I get you're saying these type of sets, it's like
it's a hangout. House is a hangout, and these are like a commitment.
Yeah. You're like, got to make sure my body's ready for tonight, dude.
Even in the way that you DJ it, it's more of a commitment. It's like, full concentration.
Getting down, mixing faster.
Like in a house party, every 5 minutes you have to blend a record for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you just wait another. Then you can go be like, "What's going on? How you doing?"
You know, I gotta make a drink real quick.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I usually work the whole time, but yeah, it's easier.
Yeah,
It's way easier.
Yeah,
your BPM is changing like 3 instead of like 100.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. How long was this love for all the genres like building up inside of you until you were just like, you just hit a breaking point to where you're like, I got to go do this?
Well, before I did Dirty Bird, I was a jungle DJ.
Yeah.
DJ Tree. And then I noticed kind of the way Dirty Bird started was I was from Detroit, so I'd witnessed all this like hard Detroit techno. And then I moved to San Francisco, and I just started getting into jungle. But everywhere that I would go, it would just be a bunch of dudes in hooded sweatshirts, like hiding in the corner. And then we would go to the house party, and there would be like 350 girls in like sundresses freaking out. And we're like, how can we like make house music that would have the elements of jungle and the harder, grittier Detroit sound? Excuse me. And that's basically what Dirty Bird was.
How can we get the ladies on the dance floor?
How
basically?
can we move into a genre that women actually like, but not give up this like hip hop feel?
Yeah.
That's basically Dirty Bird.
I love it, man. I love it. How can we get the ladies on the dance floor but not lose the sound?
Yeah.
That's fun.
So yeah, but at heart, I was always really into like this early wave of Dillinger, Ed Rush and Optical, this like early wave of drum and bass, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was all sound design, very similar to what it is now. And then there was a point. Okay, so to answer your question, which I never answered.
It's all right, dude. I'll let him go
I'm a
off.
long-winded answer. While I was doing this, I listened to EPROM's album. I think it's Half-Life. It's not the first album, but it blew my mind completely. I was like, this person is just doing something that I've never heard before. And that was when it really started to creep in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of became friends with Sander, and I was always like, man, those guys, that shit that they're doing is so cool. Well, that's it.
I love it, man. The complete opposite.
Yeah.
of most folks, dude.
Yeah.
That shit's fun. Keeps
Yeah.
you young too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did whenever like it hits you, did it just give you like almost like a second wind or like a second breath to just like, oh fuck yeah, let's go do this. Let's go do another 20 years. It's doing something totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's been following me, they probably noticed that I'm much more engaged for like the last 6 months, just posting all the time, live streaming in my Discord, talking to people, going everywhere. I'm just way more into it. It's almost like I just restarted and now I'm back to being super hyped.
Yeah.
Like the first days of Dirty Bird.
Well, one thing that's so fucking cool about it is that you didn't have to do it, right? Like Claude Von Stroke was doing well, like Dirty Bird's doing very well. Like I can't tell you how many friends who would be so excited for like the Dirty Bird campouts.
Yeah.
And, you know, say like they're the best fucking parties.
They were.
And I can't tell you how many friends that were just, that was their thing, like going to those parties.
It was awesome.
But, you know, I remember it was Wakan 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Where it was like my first time seeing Barclay Crenshaw. I was like, what is this? And they were like, dude, that's fucking Claude Von Stroke. And I was like, what the fuck? And watched the set. I was like, this is so gnarly.
Yeah, it was a little known fact because I only played Barclay Crenshaw at Dirty Bird Campout.
Yeah.
So unless you went to Dirty Bird Campout or Dirty Bird Camp In, which are our two festivals, you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And I had an album in 2017 and I did like 10 club dates, but it was definitely a side project. So yeah, Wakan was the first time that I played where someone like brought me out and was like, okay, just play a set to like this totally different audience. And I don't know if this is true. So Martin, you can tell me if this is true. But someone told me that because of this conversation that I had with Martin on a bus ride, 3-hour bus ride to Shambhala one year, I told him the entire way that Dirty Bird got set up, and then he started Wakan. But I don't know if that's totally true, but that's what someone told me, and I was like, that's amazing, because I was like, how did he book me on Wakan?
Maybe you inspired him to start the whole thing, man.
I don't know. I don't know what the real story is. I'll find out from Martin someday.
Got you, man. That's awesome, though. But yeah, like I just remember like watching you that first year that you played it, and I was just like, man, this is so sick because it's like, he didn't, like I said, he didn't have to do this. And like I always think to myself, how long has this passion been inside of him? Like I think the same when I look at Shaq. You know, he had like that one thing, he was really successful. Now he's doing this other thing with Diesel. I'm like, how long has this passion been inside of him? You know?
Well, with Shaq, I watched the Shaq documentary and he kind of explains it where he's like, I just miss the people cheering from playing basketball. Mm-hmm. He's like, I can get that same result at these shows.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's great. I'm getting the same reaction, but I don't have to like train and dunk on people anymore.
Right. I don't have to have that big of a dog in me.
Right.
Yeah. How, so the whole time you're doing Claude Von Stroke, you know, you always, you know, you said you're super into jungle and funk and dub and all that stuff. Was that like still production you were doing, or was it just all the production you were doing at that time just focused on house music and just to kind of
well, I had 4 or 5 albums and there was always like a jungle track or something else on there, like a hyphy track or something where you could hear that I was just dipping my toes and never going all the way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was always kind of messing with it. And if you came to see me DJ, I was definitely, I mean, I'm not going to copyright this or whatever, but I'm definitely the first house DJ that started dropping jungle tracks. I did that since like 2005. And I know everyone does it now, but I would do that. I made all these crazy edits of like Super Sharpshooter and all this stuff. Because in the beginning of Claude Von Stroke, this is going to be hard for people to believe, but there was no gigs in America if you did electronic music. So I had to go to Europe every other weekend because I had 2 babies. So I'd come back. I would never stay over there. So all my gigs were UK, Germany, Italy, like Netherlands, every other week. I would say the majority was UK. So that's like my tie to the UK. So I figured out like what would freak the fuck out of everyone in the UK would just be like, I'm playing house, and then I just drop a classic UK jungle track, and everyone just goes totally ballistic. The first time I did it, the warehouse was so hot that I'd taken my pants off, and I was just DJing in my underwear.
Hell yeah, dude. I fuck with that hard, bro. I can relate. I can relate. That's kick-ass, man. Yeah, dude, fucking, that's nuts. There, you weren't getting booked anywhere in the States. And
Well, there were no bookings.
Right.
It was like, yeah, you could play, like Green Velvet. There were people playing, but it wasn't like now at all.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, there was no like awesome circuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were like warehouses and stuff going, of course.
Yeah. But now I feel like that's kind of flipped
Yeah.
to where it's like now everyone from the UK and they're trying to get to the States.
Yeah, because in the UK, like it's not a weird job to say you're a DJ. It's like completely normal. Electronic music has always been on regular radio, so everyone's a DJ. So because there's so much competition, the rates are really bad. Do you know what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're just a pretty good DJ with some pretty good tracks out, they don't pay you anything. It's like you need to go to the States to make some dough.
Yeah, to make a living. Yeah, and now out here, especially in Denver, dude, I go outside and throw a rock, I might hit a DJ, you know?
Yeah. Well, Denver's definitely different.
Yeah, it is, man. Shit's fun. But you said something earlier, and I kind of like held it into the back of my mind. You're like, you saw where house was going right now, and you weren't like super a fan of it. Where's it going? Because like I'm not in that genre,
Yeah.
and I never like been like fully into it. But I see like some of the big names starting to like a John Summit, where he's like he doing something with Subtronics. I saw he's in the studio the other day with Tape Beats, where he's doing kind of like what you were doing, where it's like, hey,
Well, that's totally new. Like that, I don't have a comment on because I don't. That's like something that I think only he's messing with.
yeah.
But in general, I don't know how to put this without offending anyone. I think like I just have this thing. I have this little Detroit hater gene it's like a little devil on my left shoulder that's never going to go away. And it's like once something gets too commercial, I don't know what it is, but I just run away. And there's nothing I can do about it. My wife has talked to me. She's like, why don't you just work with some hit singer and da-da-da. It would be so easy. And I'm like, I know it would be so easy, but I'm not fucking doing it.
It's because it's not as cool, man.
Right.
To you, you're like, that shit ain't cool no more.
I know. So I feel like right now house is in that Vegas bottle service territory.
Oh, those are the worst clubs to play at.
That's
too.
all I'm going to say.
Dude.
We are there. We
Yeah.
have hit that where it used to be this kind of person would run Vegas, and now it's a house guy has taken the mantle.
Gotcha.
And that's gonna be the thing for a few years until the next thing takes over.
Yeah. Maybe it's you that makes bass music the Vegas thing.
I'm not going to say I'm never playing Vegas residency, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, especially with the type of music we make, dude. But apparently those residencies in Vegas, they're like fat checks.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to turn them down.
Yeah.
But so like in Vegas as Claude, I only play Disco Pussy because it's not attached to a casino and it's not attached to like some hotel with like grandmothers putting their life savings away on the slot machines in the lobby, smoking 20 packs of cigarettes. Like you don't have to deal with that. You just play a cool club.
Yeah.
I'll go to Vegas for that all day long.
Disco Pussy is a fun venue, just dark and fucking gritty. You can just go there and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, not on a casino. But yeah, that's interesting, man. But looking back, because I did kind of want to pivot away from Claude and just focus on what you're doing now. But looking back over 20 years of doing Claude Von Stroke and Dirty Bird, what are like some of your favorite memories or life lessons you're taking from that?
I think the best lesson that I learned is the more that you can be yourself, the better it's going to be for everyone. It will help your success. It'll help you cope with everything and just try to be as much of yourself as you can and as original as you can be. And my favorite experiences are all from our festivals. They were just like so ridiculously fun and stupid, and all the stuff that we did was incredible. But I mean, it might be a little known fact, but I don't even work at Dirty Bird anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I sold it, and now I worked there for 1 year, and now I don't work there. So I'm like, this project's almost kind of like a good break to try to just be like, okay, I did that. Dirty Bird's still running.
Mm-hmm.
All Darren and everybody's still there. It's still awesome. I'm just not involved anymore. I still own the events company, believe it or not, but that's a complicated side story.
Save them stocks. You know?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I just had something else with that too. Oh yeah, whenever you were doing those Dirty Birds and you would do a Barclay Crenshaw band, what was that reaction? Because I feel like the Dirty Bird crowd, especially like house crowds, that are typically just a little bit older at times.
Yeah, but that's what you don't realize is that I actually booked everyone. We had a base stage every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had E-Prom and Shield and Goldie and like Tie-Dye. We've had so many bass artists on Dirty Bird.
I know, man. I know about it. I just ain't been to one of them events. I heard they're the fucking tits, though, man.
We're not doing them anymore, but it was awesome. Someday maybe, but who knows?
Thinking about doing a label here in the bass music world.
I'm legally not allowed to start a label for another 18 months.
A radius clause on labels.
There's a little timer at my house. No, I don't know if I would do another label or not. I would do another festival. So my wife and I funded all of those festivals ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how to put into words how stressful that is, but it's crazy.
I'm sure. So
we kind of just said, when we sold the label, we're like, okay, let's just please, we can't take like this like soul crushing pressure every 6 months. So we stopped doing them.
Yeah.
But they were amazing. Big ups to everybody who still does an independent festival. It's so hard. It's like the hardest thing. Not harder than like childbirth, but it's hard.
I can tell you respect your wife. You added that in, dude. That's that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You said earlier, you're like, I have 2 babies. You have wife and kids?
Yeah.
And your kids now, because you were talking
old.
about, that's what you're saying, 2005, you were talking about going. So now, like, they're, in their 30s. Am I wrong about that? No, they ain't in their 30s. Say, dude, my bad.
You're good as math as me. We're on the same wavelength with math. My kids are 15 and 17.
Damn, I was so off. I was so off, man.
Yeah, but they're both singer-songwriters.
So cool.
And they're really good.
Fuck yeah.
And they're totally different than me, which is also awesome. They have their own lane. Like, one of my kids is like super soulful, jazzy, like soul voice, and my daughter is like super prolific singer-songwriter, like Florence and the Machine, kind of like quirky storytelling kind of stuff. Really awesome. They're both great.
That's so fucking cool.
They're gonna start releasing music this year too.
That's
It's gonna
awesome,
be crazy.
man. What do they think of the shit you're doing?
They think it's fun. Sometimes they like it and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
They kind of they've been going to raves since they've been 5 years old, so they have a unique life.
Yeah.
Very unique.
That's so cool, dude.
Like, my kids were at Coachella when they were 6 years old, That's like a very strange way to live.
Yeah, I didn't go to my first rave till I was 17.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
I didn't go to my first rave until I was like 23.
How old are you now?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I do, actually.
I'm 52.
Dude, you're killing it, dog. God, man, you're killing it. I hope when I'm 52, man, I'm doing the same shit you're doing right now, man.
Yeah, like, what the fuck else am I supposed to do?
Amen to that, brother. Fuck yeah. At 52 to say, I'm going to do this new thing,
I know.
bro,
I'm totally insane.
fucking mad respect to you for that, though, man. You. But you said, like...
I do have, like, an inner dialogue with myself sometimes, like, you just became a fucking bass artist. And you're like, these people's father, maybe even worse.
That's incredible, though, man. And you were saying you're like, I just want to. The advice you got was be yourself, and you feel like you're just being yourself right now, right?
Yeah. The best advice ever is from my man Green Velvet, my favorite person on earth. He's even older than me, and he's just like, "What? Why would I do anything else? This is so fun.
Yeah,
like I love it. I'm just gonna keep." And he like really goes into the community and makes tracks with up and coming kids, and like he's all over. He's the best.
Yeah, it's so cool, dude. Like I said, I hope I'm doing the same fucking shit whenever I'm 52, man.
Yeah, man. It's a long road.
Yeah, speaking of like a long road, man, I saw that you were documenting you making your album.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah,
you're like you put a time limit on yourself.
Oh yeah, so I had to make the whole album in 80 days, which was my fastest album. It was like 11 months before, previously maybe a year, and so I was like, what would be something that I don't think I could do, and so I did that.
And you did it.
I did it. It was tough.
I'm sure. I mean,
and we were on like family vacations and shit, and I still did it. Dude,
I just finished my album. It took like a year and a half.
Yeah. It takes forever, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't. It's a mindset. I don't want to tell you that it doesn't take a year and a half, because
it obviously doesn't.
I've taken a year and a half.
Yeah.
But I think there's this thing where you convince yourself that it's supposed to take a long time, and therefore it does. But you could do it faster. You know you could do it faster.
I know I could do it faster. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think I could probably do it in 10 months.
Yeah.
I
think so. I think you could do it even faster, but
I think I could do it faster.
You'd have to really like create a system. So I have a system, which is why I'm able to do it. But that's like a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fuck. I mean, whenever you have a time limit like that, or like a set date, it does force you. You're like, all right, I can't fuck around. Like, I have to write a song this week.
Yeah, and it's something I learned about my personality. I only respond to urgent deadlines.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you call it? Chronic procrastinator.
Yeah.
You thought I was going to say
masturbator.
Chronic. See, I knew you thought that as soon as I said the word chronic.
Dude, I was waiting.
No,
you just met me and you know me so well.
Know you. But yeah, so I've come to terms with the fact that unless you tell me it's due tomorrow, I'm not doing it. So I kind of made every day like it's due tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way you can do it faster.
And it's probably super fun to where like you said you're still doing family vacations, which is fucking wild just to say that you have 80 days, but I'm also doing vacation.
Yeah.
But like those days when you're in there, you're like, you have to be locked in. So it has to be fun just to be like, I don't know, pressure can be fun at times.
Yeah. But honestly, I didn't even work that. I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't work that hard on it, but so I split it into two groups. So the first half, all I had to do was make 2 or 3 beats every day. So if you really think about it, that's not that hard.
Nah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Even if you're on vacation, you have like a little app or something, you can make a beat. So then I got like 150 beats or something, some huge amassment of beats. And then the second half, I just finished the best ones. So like when I'm on family vacation, I'm just sneaking out to the tent or something and making 2 or 3 beats for an hour, and that's it. And then I'm like good for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's even crazier. I probably actually made the album in 40 days off the beats from the first 40 days.
It's just like the other 40 days to fine tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I also went to England for that part of it and just camped out there for 10 days, and that was crazy and nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Well, that's I'm just doing it.
What
I'm
else
just out here.
What else would you want to do?
Nothing.
I love it, man. Fuck, I love it, man. Talking to you today is giving me hope, brother. I want you to know that.
Okay, good.
Because I'm like, I got another fucking 20 years.
You can be
me, dude.
old and still do it.
Yeah, dude. That's incredible, bro. Yeah, dude. Another thing I saw that you were doing was really cool. It was almost like a podcast, like just these podcasts with these artists that you're throwing on your shows.
So yeah, I was thinking like, how can I get some people to go to these shows? And I'm like, well, we might as well just talk to everybody that's going to be at them.
Yeah.
And so I just did these like Zooms with Great Dane and Tie Dye Kai and Super Future. And I'll probably do one with Fly and Liney and whoever. I think those are like the next few shows those guys are on. But yeah, that's just like just seeing what they're up to. Because the funny thing is, I know everyone in house, right? I've met them, probably talked to them. I know all the players. And I don't know any of the players here. I know Sander. And I know Alex Perez. And I know Gove from Ivy Lab.
Now you know TVBOO.
And now I know TVBOO. But I don't like know anybody.
Yeah.
So everybody that I DJ with is like the first time I'm meeting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I might as well just get to know some of the people in this half of the world.
Yeah.
And that's the other reason I was doing it. That's the reason I'm here.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, this is almost like a podcast. Is this guy going to do podcasts?
Yeah, almost. I don't know. Podcast's a lot of work, and you know that.
Yeah, but it's so much fun.
Everybody thinks it's really easy, but you probably know it's not that easy.
No, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And, when you're having fun, like, it's like work doesn't seem like work.
Yeah. I think this is a better format than Zoom also.
Oh, definitely.
Because this is
no
like...
offense. I did it on Zoom, too, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a,
It's not as good.
No.
This is like way better, just actually seeing you and just talking.
Yeah.
Because you get a better result, and you also probably get better everything, like better audio and everything.
Audio, experience, I can see in the eye.
Yeah, you're not in like trying to sync up the microphone in OBS because it's like 20 milliseconds behind or whatever.
Yeah, and also like, you get to hear me say inappropriate things before we hit record,
Right.
all that shit.
Exactly.
Dude, what has blown your mind the most about this whole new world that you are in?
I don't know. I think like the thing that's surprising is I was always, I do have an answer for this. I was always trying to build this really tight knit community in Dirty Bird. And house isn't really that kind of a place, but bass is. So like everybody here wants to be in a community, and everybody here wants to like align with something, and everybody's ready to go for that. And house is like a lot more convincing for some reason. I don't know. It's more of like I'm just going to this kind of genre. So we were able to do it, but I'm actually finding it easier on this side to like just build up a crew of people that are into it.
Yeah, people seem a little bit more willing to like you said, it's like a community. They want to be a part of the community, but also like they want to. I feel like with this genre, people really want to know like the man behind the mask a little bit.
Yeah, and they want to know the names of all the tracks.
Yeah,
more than how, and they want to know They want to know more stuff, and they want to be more involved.
What's like the reaction differences from like releasing your new album as Barclay Crenshaw compared to Claude Von Stroke? What's like the differences from the reaction from the people, or just like your perception from it?
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's a fair comparison because really most of the reactions are good for you. I'm glad you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like it's more about the flip than I get a lot of reactions like that. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you know what I mean?
You're so brave.
Like I'm literally jumping off a cliff to my death.
Yeah.
They're like, good for you. I'm so glad for you.
What's it been like from like the house elitists who are like, what? Has that been a thing?
They're probably happy I'm out of the system so they can move up the bill.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know.
I get that.
They're
dude.
like, we don't have to deal with this guy now for a year.
I get that. I totally get that. Like Grizz is my favorite artist, but like when I announced retirement, I was like, thank God.
Right.
I was like, I can move up a little bit.
Right. Everybody's like, oh, we get to move up the chain.
I get to move up a slot.
We're going into the second line of the flyer.
Yeah. So I totally get that, man.
Who knows what everyone's thinking?
Yeah.
I think some people will not be on board with it.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten any well, to be fair, I don't really know what, because I try to not read all the comments that are negative, but I haven't gotten any like hate mail like you ruined it. You ruined everything. Occasionally there's someone like, fuck you, I still like Dirty Bird, you suck.
Oh yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who gives a fuck? You're having fun.
right. It's just like I'm just a person. I'm just out here making music.
Yeah.
And people don't care as much as they used to. People used to be, when I first started, it's like, what micro genre of house do you listen to? And you'd be like, I only like, I don't know, whatever, East German micro house.
East German micro house.
And now that's like, people are more forgiving. In the States, at least, they're more like, oh, I'll listen to this, and I'll listen to this, and I'll listen to this.
Yeah.
All the same car ride.
I've even noticed that a little bit like in bass music where it was just like, I do this one thing, but now everyone's doing a bunch of different
Yeah.
shit. You know, even like Subtronics had like a bunch of drum and bass on his new album. And it's
Yeah.
like, let's go, dude.
That's one of the main things that I don't want to do in this is say, like, I'm a bass DJ.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to my album, I have like funk track, dub stuff, like singing. It's grime. I'm trying to do multiple genres, hip hop type vibes, and I DJ all of that stuff. And the first time around, I was like trying to be more of like, I'm just trying to fit in with EPROM. And now
You'll never fit in with EPROM.
and now I'm like, by the way, EPROM is like my god. I fucking love him.
He's a dog, dude.
But now I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna play all the album tracks in the show.
Yeah.
Even if I have to stop and talk and be like, I'm changing the BPM all the way, and we're stopping the music because there's no other way to get into this. It's so different.
At a house show, they'd be like, what the fuck?
I don't even know. Yeah, dude, I will tell you that. Yes, that has happened to me. Believe it or not, I was just about to be like, oh no, they'd be fine. And then I remember this. I played one hip hop track at a house show. I played Space Terrace, and I literally got this comment that was like, we just do not listen to that kind of music on Space Terrace. I'm like, okay.
That's fun, dude. I was actually very surprised when
kind of racist a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, can be. But, dude, I was surprised when I listened to the album because it's like, I remember at Wakan Fest this past year, bro, I was throwing some ass during your set.
Oh, good.
Oh, dude, I was fucking shaking my ass hard, dog. I was on the dance floor, hands on my knees, shaking out like a thought bitch or thought shit, whatever the lyric is.
On my thought shit.
Yeah, whatever. But that was me during your set. I was like just getting down, and I was like expecting that with the record, and then it was like all over the place. Still very, very great. But I was just like, it was a nice surprise because I didn't know what to expect. Because like I said, Barclay Crenshaw was I didn't hear about it till that year at Wakan that first time you played. So
yeah, good.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that when I go to these pop-up shops and I meet everybody, that Wakan stuff is whatever they're doing over there at Wakan. They got a lot of people that are into it because that's pretty much where most people have heard of me from those sets.
yeah, I definitely I mean, like I said, that's where I heard it from you, and like I can't tell you how many people were like, dude, that Barclay at Wakan, that was like the best set. Shit was fucking tight.
Well, I'll take it. Fuck it.
Oh hell yeah, man. Well, like I said, I know I don't know where we're at on time, but I know we had some questions I did want to get to.
Yeah, okay, go.
Before we get into those fan questions, Kyle, do you have anything you want to ask?
Yeah, sure. Have you ever felt out of place anywhere? Have you ever been in a room and just had that feeling of like, this is not my place?
Kyle, that ain't the best question you've asked, brother.
All right, hold on.
Everybody's had that.
Let me.
I mean,
Yeah, and I want to hear the experience.
Are you talking about it like my kids' high school like party functions where I always feel out of place?
All right.
And they're like, "What do you do for your living?" And I'm like, "I'm a DJ." And they're like, "Oh, like on the radio?" No, I play. I can't even explain. I'm like, I play techno and bass music, and they're like, "What?"
Dude, I started telling like Uber drivers, flight attendant. I tell them I'm a country music singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say I'm Hank Williams the fourth.
Yeah. I probably believe you, right?
Well, at first, but there's one time I was on Southwest flight. You know, Hank Williams, legendary country music guy, and you know it's just gone down. There's not a Hank Williams the fourth. There's Hank Williams Jr. the third, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This one lady, she's a sweet little lady from Arkansas. You mean to tell me you're Hank Williams' great grandson? Oh my Lord, you gotta sing for me! Like she just lit up, and I was
my
like,
God.
this is amazing.
Wow.
So you should start saying.
Did you sing?
Huh? No, I was like, my voice, I gotta save it for the show.
That's funny.
So I just lie.
Yeah. It works.
It works, man. Kyle, anything else?
Yeah, what about what is something that you had to learn on your own that you wish you had somebody to teach you?
Ooh, that's much better, buddy.
Yeah, so this is going to be a long one, but I am so old that I started out when there's like no internet and shit. So I couldn't find out any information about anything, literally anything. So I tried to make music by like reading magazine articles and Sound on Sound and from like England. And because of this, because it was so, information was so hard to come by, I worked at this post-production house editing Men's Warehouse commercials before I did this. And we had cameras. And so then I took the cameras and I would go film every house or techno DJ that would come into San Francisco. And I made it into a DVD. And I literally just asked 50 DJs, how did you become famous? How did you do this? How did you start your label? And then I ran out of money and I couldn't license any of their music to be on it. And so I had to make songs that sounded like them.
Oh my God.
And I edited all their footage for hundreds of hours. So I knew every single piece of advice that all 50 DJs gave me. And I made songs that sounded like them. So at the end of that, I was able to make house music and I was able to skip all the steps that everyone follows in. So that's the answer.
Thank you.
Wow. I guess mine did. I wish someone would have taught me how to Dougie.
Yeah, that's much better. Right.
Ain't nobody
me how to
teach me
Dougie.
how to Dougie. Ain't nobody taught me. Ain't
That's
nobody.
like a Bay Area like hyphy anthem, right?
Yeah, dude. I had to get learned on my own. And I wish somebody.
Can I see it?
Huh? See, that's the thing. I don't even know if it's right because
Yeah,
no one
I don't
taught
know.
me. No one taught me how to Dougie. No one taught me, man. How sad is that? It's 2024. I still
no
don't
one
know.
taught
how.
me either.
I still don't know.
I'm the
how.
worst answer.
No, that was fun, man. But that was a great question, Kyle. I'm glad I challenged you right there.
Yeah.
But
I
we,
came back with
Good
something
job.
better.
yeah, good job, buddy. But we had a fan question I wanted to get to.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
Hey man, what's
Oh.
up? It's
Axel.
Trip Fox from Dallas, Texas.
Trip
I'm really excited about you having Barclay on, man. Barclay, you're fucking sick. You are a fucking OG, dude. Fucking so dope. I kind of got a serious one today, though. I've been getting hella stressed out at work, dude, and I don't know how to like hold it together, man. I don't know how to like keep the stress in, and I've been trying to like find new ways to like relieve stress that are like healthy and beneficial to my life. And I just like don't know what I'm doing, dude. Like I don't really know where to go. So like, and I figured like you guys probably deal with an immense amount of stress, like TVBOO just existing stresses a whole lot of people out. And, like Barclay's got like a fucking like German twin brother going around playing house music. I'm sure that's fucking stressful as hell. So like, how do y'all deal with stress? What do y'all do that are like healthy ways to combat stress? Hell yeah. Y'all have a good one, man. Don't forget to smile. Bye.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. Good question.
You got a German twin brother out there playing house.
Yeah,
That's hilarious,
it's so
dude.
funny.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question. The answer is I manage myself so that I don't have to. I just do everything myself. So if something happens, it's my fault. But the real answer is I think you got to just kind of figure out a way to find some time to just integrate like some meditation, some breathing exercises, just some exercise and some like ways to chill that it might just be exercise that can like, it really surprises me when I get really stressed. I always notice that I haven't worked out or done anything in like 6 or 7 days. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should just like go for a walk or a run or something. Or I don't know. Is that a good answer?
It's a great answer, man.
Kind of new agey, but
exercise is a great way to deal with stress, man. I mean, my advice, dude, pick up a fucking hobby, man.
Yeah,
like
hobby, good too.
Like I picked up basketball.
Yeah, that's cool.
So much fun. Another hobby I have, and it's kind of a stressful hobby, is I'm a sports fan, which can be a very stressful hobby. So I don't know if that's good advice.
It's not good advice because I'm almost like not watching sports anymore because I'm so frustrated by this year. My 2 teams are the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns, and like neither one of them is ever going to the Super Bowl, but they both were kind of good enough to annoy the shit out of me this year.
Dude, Lions, I'm going to call it, dude. Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl at some point.
Oh, my God, I can't. Don't say it.
I'm
then I'm going to have to start watching again.
I'm a big believer in Dan Campbell, dude. Dan Campbell's going to take y'all to the promised land.
He's going to bite your kneecaps.
Yeah, dude, that's a guy that you want fucking leading you. He's a leader, dude. I believe in some motherfucking Dan Campbells.
I know, but it's so hard to watch.
It is hard. Like I said, it's not being a sports fan is not the best advice.
I know.
Well, sick, man. Before we get out of here, I did have a couple more things I wanted to ask you, man. How much longer you got in you? Not for this podcast, but like doing this. I'm being for real, man.
Yeah, that's a really good question because I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question, but I've been thinking about it sometimes, but I don't know. I'm just gonna it's not gonna be like next year.
Yeah.
It's I feel like we're just ramping up right now, like for another run. So maybe I'll just break down. I don't know. It might have to be that.
Yeah, maybe I just have a mental breakdown.
I feel like both of my parents can barely hear, so that could also be a thing.
Ooh.
You know, like down the line, I won't be able to hear anymore.
Yeah.
But now we're talking like really old.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might always, like, there's people out there that, you know, like, you probably don't know Sven Bath or like Carl Cox or any of these guys, but
Carl Cox, yeah.
You know, they're like 65.
Still doing the damn
65 plus, these guys. They don't DJ like a 75 date tour, but they'll show up in Ibiza or something and throw down, or EDC, and do like 5-10 sets a year. I'm still on the warpath, I'll say, for a while. I'm just getting started. I'm actually going to release a track every 2 weeks for the rest of the year, which is
fucking
crazy.
go, dude. Let's fucking go.
That's not starting until probably the first week of May or the last week of April, but I'm going. I'm on motor mode.
Was there ever a thought of retirement before you caught this second win?
No.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No way.
Ain't no way.
I'm just a grinder. I'm like I can't function unless I'm grinding.
Oh, dude, if you'd have saw me during your set, you'd have been like, oh, he's a grinder too.
In a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like some kind of thing in my brain where I just cannot stop. Even in like idea mode, I think of 2 or 3 businesses a week, and then that's why my New Year's resolution this year is don't start any businesses.
How many businesses do you own, dude?
No, I was at the peak of Dirty Bird. I was running a lot of stuff. We had 2 festivals, the whole clothing company, the record label, Club on Stroke, the tour, both kids. I was juggling, like, you know, our team is still tight. Like, it's not like 50 employees or anything.
And you said you manage yourself too, huh?
Yeah, because I just feel like I know more than everyone.
Yeah, at this point.
Like, what is somebody who's like 28 going to tell me when they just started raving like 8 years ago?
The 28-year-old manager's been like, listen, dude, we got to get you on TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, I have hilarious conversations. Like, I love my booking agents, but sometimes I have a newer guy who's doing the bass half of it, and sometimes I have to be like, You know, I've already played that club 10 times, right?
Yeah.
Like, like I already been to this city 35 times. I know everything about it.
Yeah, I can call the guy real quick.
Right.
Let me shoot him a text.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. So, you're like those older guys that are not doing 70 dates. How much longer is left on your tour right now?
We just added up like 25 more dates or something yesterday. I don't know.
Jesus. I know y'all are doing...
It's endless. We just added all this stuff. Like, do you have all the festivals and stuff we just added?
I know y'all doing like caverns and shit. Like,
Caverns and Shambhala and Elements and
such a great time.
Secret Dreams and
I'm on Elements too, man.
Shambhala.
You said that already, but okay.
Oh, it did. Sorry. I'm excited for it. What's the other ones? Movement.
LIB.
LIB.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. And we got all these other cities we just added, but whatever.
Hell yeah,
no one
man.
cares.
No one cares. You'll see it or you won't.
Just go or whatever.
God damn it. It's going to be fun. I promise you. Just go.
This is another thing I learned from being out here forever. There's only so much you can do. Like, and then it's like people are either going or they're not going. And it's okay. Just go. Just do it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But I mean, some people get really stressed. Like, oh my God, it's not going as good as I wanted or whatever. It's just like, it's just a process. You just got to keep hitting it. Eventually you will get there.
One final question for you. So obviously Claude Von Stroke left like a major imprint, and it's just like a point in history and of house music and just that style in the U.S. Whether you realize it or not, you left an imprint doing that. What's an imprint that you want to leave on? I don't even want to call it, like you said, you don't want to be a bass DJ, but like in this bass world, what's the imprint you want to leave on this?
I might not have the answer you think. So let's say the first time around I was concerned with this, and now I'm not. So like I was trying to create this like legacy act thing, maybe, as Claude Von Stroke, and this time I'm just more about just making tracks with people and having fun, and I want to enjoy this go around more, and it's not like trying to become some legend this time.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it.
I love it. Well, man, thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Really means a lot. I can't wait to see, you said you're not worried about it, about leaving like a legacy or whatever, but I just can't wait to see like what you do with all the knowledge and experience you have coming from one thing to this next thing, and just all the like the years of skill and talent just blowing over. You're laughing at me, dude. I'm trying to be nice.
No, you're making me feel old.
I'm sorry, dude. Listen,
it's okay. I am old.
I know you're just getting started. Best of luck to this music industry's hard.
I know.
There we go.
It is hard.
Music's a tough thing. I don't know if you know, but
I do know.
There we go. I'm trying to pivot from that. But no, I'm just looking forward to what you do with this for this community. I'm just looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be fucking fun to watch. It's already been fun.
Yeah, I've been having a blast. I really have been, and everybody's really been accepting and really awesome about this change up. And I'm just gonna, you never know, like Claude might play a couple sets here and there in the future. Not this year, but no doors are just shut. Like that project was awesome, but this is what I'm doing now.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, sick, man. Anything you want to let the people know before you get out of here?
I got a tour. So if you live in a city, you should go to it. It's all on my Instagram, my website, all the tickets. And I'm going to check out this new album. It just came out like 6 days ago. Mm-hmm. It's called Open Channel. And I think it's really fun and cool and has a lot of different styles on it. And then I'm going to be releasing tons of music this year. So even if you hate that album, I bet you something will be for you at some point.
I love it, man.
Real quick, what is the name of your website and what is the name of your album?
Okay, the album is called Open Channel, and the website is my name, barclaycrenshaw.com. It's BARCLAY Crenshaw, CRENSHAW.com.
Well,
very, very long.
ain't too bad.
It's good for flyers because it's a B.
Yeah, it's not as long as Claude Von Stroke.
It is as long as Club on Stroke.
See how much I know again,
It's
dude.
longer.
God damn it. Your kids are like 40.
My kids are 40 and my whatever.
And you just started making music. Anyway.
I'm terrible at all math equations as well. Do you care if I go on another tangent?
I don't give a fuck, dude.
So before I had all my files, like I write the BPMs, and before I talked to Of the Trees, I would have like all of them at 85, 80, and then all the jungle at like 170, 175. And he's like, dude, what are you doing? Just make them all at 160, 170, all the 80s need to be 160. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been trying to do these math equations during my sets. And I'll be sitting there, I'm going, what's 85 plus 85? I can't do it. I don't know what it is. And I'm not going to make it to the next mix.
Dude, I relate. There's been times I pull out my damn calculator on
Right.
stage to try to figure that out
What
real
is
quick.
72 plus 72? We need to double up on this beat.
I can relate to that, man.
Yeah.
But fuck yeah, man. Thank you again. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Kyle, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
And I appreciate it. Everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Thank you.